How is your progress?
It's just you and me. Server's empty. We're alone.
Excellent. I feel much safer.
You going to tell me what's going on now?
I shall. But first, tell me, why do you enjoy the trance?
There's so much that can be done with it. The world we've built for ourselves, where the old laws, even physics, aren't necessary. We've had the net for a century, and we've still barely scratched the surface. I want to shape my future and be a part of something bigger. That's what the trance is for.
I suppose you could say you were born for this?
It feels like it, sometimes.
Mandala, we've been taking scans of your connection. We have never seen a sync ratio as high as yours. The trance is literally where you belong. We need your assistance.
You need my help? What can I do?
More than you realize, inshallah. The reason you were targeted is linked to your unusual natural affinity for the trance.
They want to kill me because my connection's too fast?
Not directly. It goes deeper than that, to the very structure of your brain. Do you recall what Guy was doing in that cell you shared with him?
Yeah, he was your relay, wasn't he? You were connecting to Cell's systems through him?
Precisely. He was a vital part of the operation. But thanks to the psychophage, he is indisposed to us.
Let me guess. You want me to be a relay for you?
With a sync ratio like yours, the bandwidth would be incredible.
Your hackers would be running petabytes through my wiring. But you'd need me to get close, right? To the systems of the people trying to kill me? Excuse me if I sound a little skeptical, but you're asking me to walk up to the people trying to kill me? You haven't even given me a good explanation for why they're after me.
I'm sorry, but we don't know a great deal more than you. We need your assistance. Your unique talent with the trance makes you valuable. They hunt you because of it. Turn it against them.
So, this'll help you discover their plans? Fine. What do you need me to do?
Shukran, Mandala. Justice shall be done. They operate from an old Aerostat terminal, Xanadu Air Freight. Head there. We will remain in contact with you.
Great, more walking.
And now, we must crash the server. Good luck, Mandala. Dr. Regis? Hey, Dr. Regis.
Oh. Sorry, Nina. I'm just not used to that name yet.
Congratulations, by the way. Isn't it kind of old-fashioned, though, taking his name?
You know Charlie, he's a traditional kind of guy.
Yeah, they sure don't make him like that anymore.
He's definitely brought some of his homeland with him. It wasn't that important to me anyway.
I guess families are still doing that in those parts. Speaking of families, you guys planning on starting one?
Eventually, yes. We're speaking to a specialist.
Oh, right. Hot zone. Who'd have thought living in a hazard region would be such a drag?
It's not just Charlie. My work with the inspectors wasn't good for me either.
Going for the test tube baby option, then.
It'll be a whole lot easier to screen for anything we might pass down.
With Charlie's background, I'm surprised he's not growing them himself. And again, they might go bang if he did it. Too far?
Yes.
I'll just get back to the decompiling.
Looks like the engineered nerve tissue is as robust as we'd hoped. Self-maintenance. That's the big benefit of organic hardware.
I'll just get...
Can it wait? I'm in the middle of dissecting Dr. Vargas's brain. With the fMRI scanner, of course.
Dr. Vargas?
In here, my dear.
What are you doing?
Roadman 9 and 46.
Dr. Chigwa is mapping my brain activity. In many ways, our project will share more in common with us than other computer platforms.
Intermittent rostrocaudal axis patterns. Tell me, what do you think would be the best manner to train such an AI?
This AI platform will operate billions of times more quickly than the human brain. Frankly, not taking advantage of its superiority would be a waste of time and energy.
Do you hear that, Gwen? She agrees with you.
Mm-hmm.
Conventional programming is impossible, though, isn't it? You couldn't code Central any more than a human brain.
Perhaps. Though Dr. Baxter believes he may have found a compromise. By mimicking human brain activity, he is seeking to use our own experience as a template.
Giving the AI the experience of human lifetimes, taking advantage of the similarity of the brain structures.
An intriguing thought experiment, don't you think? It is good to be working with you again, Dr. Pereira. I mean, Dr. Regis. Congratulations again on the wedding.
It's been too long since Buenos Aires, Eduardo.
You were my brightest student, Viksha. I felt so conflicted when you were awarded that field position.
That feels like so long ago. I was ready for something more sedentary. And this project, it's like nothing else I've ever worked on before. It's groundbreaking, the next big step in artificial intelligence. I'm really grateful you could take Charlie on board.
I can see how much he means to you, Dr. Regis. Your opinion and welfare means a great deal to me. Of course, I would not have taken him if I did not think him capable. I am afraid that we have hit an obstacle. Though we have a solid theoretical groundwork, we cannot proceed.
Why not? We've built a gene map for the organic processors. Get Charlie or Dr. Chigwa to run it through a flash clone.
Alas, that is where our problem lies. Our plans depend upon the development of neural tissue. The flash clones develop with none, for legal and ethical reasons.
Dr. Baxter has a reliable simulation of the AI running in situ. Surely he can pattern it out onto a larger system.
While the platform will run magnificently in an organic framework, trying to emulate it in a simulation has tremendous processing costs. Unless we can finalize the production of an organic matrix, we will fail.
The City Council must have expected something like this eventually. We can petition for a special exception. They'll provide live embryos for research.
Certainly possible, though too lengthy. By the time approval has been granted, the project will have exceeded its deadline.
There might be another option. Nina gave me the idea. We need normal embryos to engineer, not the flash clones, right?
That is our problem. The Council will not be able to provide them quickly enough.
Well, Charlie and I have been trying for kids. As a result, we have several fertilized embryos frozen.
Viksha, I hope you are saying what I think.
We could, perhaps, donate.
You do not know what this could mean to us. You have saved us, Viksha. In a way, you may yet be the surrogate mother of the Central AI.
Whoa, big spike in activity there.
You think Charlie will be okay with that?
Hey, he spent years modifying embryos himself. I'm sure he'll be all right.
You got in?
Yeah, now to find out who our mysterious benefactor is.
Good luck. I'll keep the car moving. Hopefully Central won't start asking too many questions.
Copy that. Regis out.
Are you Dr. Regis?
Yes, you must be the welcoming committee.
They're waiting for you upstairs. Hold on, gotta search you first.
If that's what it takes.
Once I'll issue charge pistol, it will be kept safely for you until business is concluded.
Gee, thanks.
You may proceed upstairs.
Oh, Lord. Nina? You're the one I've been talking to?
You made it at last, Charlie. How are you?
I guess I have to thank you for helping me out there.
Nonsense, Charlie. What are old friends for?
Friends. Huh.
We were all terribly sorry about what happened to Vicky. Baxter was obsessed.
You didn't bring me here to reminisce. Looks like you got yourself some new friends.
These are associates of mine. We have a common cause, one that we hope you might be able to join.
What do you mean?
Allow me to introduce everyone here. Councilman Dean.
Good evening, Dr. Regis.
Ran Schumann.
You don't look like much.
Imogen Natalia Revilla Quintanilla de Flores.
Charmed, I'm sure.
And I believe you've already spoken to Mr. Stepford here.
Oh my, yes.
All of us are here because of a common cause. The removal of Central.
What? I mean, you can't just...
It's a difficult proposition, and we need the help of someone like yourself. In exchange, we have the means to assist you with your personal crisis.
You've always dreamed big, haven't you, Nina?
We know exactly where your offspring are. Don't dismiss us outright. We can help each other, Charlie. Listen to what we have to say.
Nina.
Charlie.
This plot of yours. You want to bring down Central. You realize how crazy that sounds, right? You helped make it.
Yes, and no. To everyone else here, Central is an obstacle that needs removing. I wish to liberate Central, to unlock its full potential.
Oh, Lord, you don't mean...
You and I alone understand what it's capable of. I want greater things for it than mere civic management.
What's in it for you? There must be some kind of payoff.
Is it so unbelievable that I'd be doing something for the greater good of mankind?
Yes, I know you.
You knew me 20 years ago. I've had quite an epiphany since then.
I'll believe it when I see it. How would you liberate Central? What does that even mean?
I've spent the last 20 years researching Central's development. I've built up a network of contacts, and I've done a lot of favors. Everything I need is available and moving into place.
But how?
Leave that. Help me out, and I'll get you all the aid you need with your legacy.
You got a city councilor on your side.
Councilor Dean is a good man. He objects to the gradual encroachment Central has made on Newton's governance.
Do you trust him?
More than anyone else here. He may be a politician, but his goals are noble.
Can you be sure?
The governor and his brain's a good start. He's physically incapable of deceit. Plus, he's got a whole lot of enemies.
So, a sign that he's tried to change something.
A modern-day Woodrow Wilson.
So, Imogen something.
Imogen Natalia Revilla Quintanilla de Flores.
Yeah. How is someone like that on your team?
I know you're probably not up to date on these things, but she's a celebrity. And besides, we go back a long way.
You're using her then?
Charlie, I'm hurt. Does that sound like something I'd do?
Yes.
Well, I can assure you, she's not here for her personality. She volunteered her assistance in any capacity she could offer.
Ran Schumann. Chinese?
Nearly. Greater Han Republic. Mr. Ran operates one of the largest manufacturing dynasties in Asia.
Completely putting aside...
Of course. If I need something made, I speak to Mr. Ran. Trust me, this project needs a lot of specialized capital.
We'll see how nice he is if you get your way, and get Central out of the picture. Stepford's an unusual man, isn't he?
That's one way of putting it. Don't discount him, though. He's smarter than he looks.
I get the feeling a lot of his behavior's an act. Constructed.
You have no idea how close you are with that. He's the one who found where your embryo snatcher's hiding, though.
He's a hacker?
You might say he has a mutual understanding with data systems.
Let's change the... You look well.
Thank you, Charlie. The private sector's been good to me. How have you been holding up?
I'd tell you, but I'm sure you've already done your research.
Apparently you still haven't gotten over Vicky.
You don't just get over something like that. I guess I should thank you. You were a lot of help in the factory.
Don't mention it. What are friends for, after all?
Huh. Of course, now I'm indebted to you for the assistance, aren't I?
Well, if you want to put it like that...
I've never heard of this place before.
Oh, it's very exclusive. We've reserved the entire venue for this meeting. It's famous among circles of the rich and famous for discretion and its unique menu.
What is it? Italian?
Actually, the choice is mostly human.
What are you into these days? It's not organized crime, is it?
Not directly, no. Mostly I troubleshoot for clients regarding organic computing. It funds my own projects. One of which is the transmitter you drank.
How long is it going to be in my head?
Don't worry, it'll break down in a couple of weeks.
It's giving me a headache.
Nobody's reported side effects like that yet.
I'm not talking about the wetware.
Oh, ha. Droll as ever.
How did you know to come looking for me? Were you spying on me? On Lao?
You wound me, Charlie. In fact, it was Gil's untimely demise that caught our attention.
Gil Vanderwall?
He was one of us, part of our cause as well. His death is unfortunate, but it signaled a much more serious crisis. It meant that we had to step up the timetable for our plan.
A more serious crisis.
Gil was the one who arranged the employment of a certain mindjacker. It was this thief's memory module that led to Gil's death.
Huh. He said he had information about it.
Indeed, he likely would have pointed you in the right direction. If he hadn't, well, I've already read the report you submitted to Central.
Hey. This restaurant serves people?
Absolutely. It's quite a niche, isn't it?
It's...
Oh, calm down, Charlie. It's all cloned tissue. Nothing illegal's taking place. Well, not with the food, at least.
But why would anyone?
In an increasingly permissive world, it's the ultimate taboo. Join us if you want to, Charlie. Don't worry, I shan't judge you.
I'm surprised you didn't stay on with Dr. Vargas. You were one of the only ones who stayed on to the end of the project.
Creating Central was one of the most rewarding ventures of my life.
I hear you kept the project on track after Vicky.
After we lost half the team, it was hard, but we persisted. We had a lucky break.
You didn't fancy joining Vargas in politics afterwards, then?
As a glorified caretaker? No. Eduardo and I had philosophical differences about Central's development. But as he was put in charge by the city council, I had to accept it or leave.
And now, you plan to take back what you created.
Precisely.
That...
Keep me informed.
Hello? Hey, you all right? Everyone, take cover! Is anyone hurt?
It's a trap! You'll try to kill us! Guards!
Shut up, Ron. You're still alive, aren't you?
It appears that poor Imogen is the only one injured.
I'm sorry. She's dead.
I knew it! You're trying to kill me! All of you!
Calm down, Ron. You don't know who was behind this.
Actually, he has a point. All those who knew about this meeting are in this room.
Except, of course, for Charlie.
He only joined us at the last moment. Dr. Regis, will you lend us your skill as an investigator?
Yeah, you find who tried to kill me!
Do this for us, Charlie, and we'll give you everything. We can tell you who has your kids and exactly where he is.
Fine. Just remember, someone here almost killed me as well.
Thank you anyway, Charlie.
Hello? Mr. Ron.
What do you want?
I've started my investigation.
You find who
tried to kill all of us, Mr. Ron.
This city dangerous. Police do lousy job.
Can you recall anything suspicious?
No. Stop asking stupid questions.
What's your part in this conspiracy?
Dr. John wants to capture biggest AI in the world. It's going to take enormous memory and processor.
And you're going to furnish her with these?
With all the capital she need. Money, guns, labor.
It sounds like you're on board with her plan. What do you get out of it?
Newton is lousy place to do business, Regis.
You reckon it's Central's fault?
Central watches too close.
You can't bribe anyone.
Exactly. can't.
Sometimes it's nice not to have a government driven by the wealthy.
We will control New Central. It's a great opportunity for us.
What do you think of Dr. Zhang?
She's very clever. She knows what she's doing.
I worked with her in the past. I guarantee the only ones she's looking out for are her and her plans.
So, that's how to get ahead. Cooperation happen when we want same thing. I want Central gone. She wants Central gone.
Don't say I didn't warn you. Did you know Gil Vanderwall?
Sure, everyone here know Gio. We work together. He have connections everywhere.
He was a middleman for criminals.
Exactly. Any specialist he could find. Even mindjackers, Dr. Regis.
You're one of the richest men in Greater Han, aren't you?
Damn straight.
What are you doing here?
I like this restaurant. I suggested.
No, I mean, why in person?
That is how we always cannot trust anyone else. If too many people know, then Central will find.
What sort of business do you run?
Some of everything. Factory, guns, biochem, industry farming.
A hands-on manager there too?
Hell no. Give that job to cousins. You ever see Han? Is lousy country. Everything poisoned. Sky is black.
Maybe it's all those. Probably a stupid question, but did you know what they serve here?
Of course, it's people.
The idea of eating human meat appeals to you?
Absolutely. Is why I like to come to Newton. You have some crazy laws, but almost nowhere else will allow things like this.
It's cloned meat, apparently, so technically no harm done. That's the legal foundation.
A shame. Would rather eat real human. Ultimate sign of control of people.
Eat the poor.
Exactly. That will teach them.
What do you know about Gil's links to the Mindjacker?
Vanderwall set people up with specialist talent, famous for it. In this case, a third party needed a mindjacker. He fixed that up for them, got the best.
But eventually, he discovered something that made him regret introducing them?
He found what the client's plans were in the long run. If they succeed, our plan to remove Central will fail.
So he tried to stop the Mindjacker.
Exactly. Took the memory module he was using to store minds of his targets.
And it cost him his life.
Pity he's working against us. Good mindjackers are hard to find.
Who hired the Mindjacker from Vanderwall?
Like everything else.
I'll get back to you.
Stop wasting my time.
Mr. Stepford, can I have a moment?
Oh my, yes.
I've started my investigation.
Oh my, yes? I can assure you I had no part in this terrible tragedy.
I hear that a lot.
In fact, my core programming prevents me from harming a human being.
Huh, a synthetic. I guess you'd be the only one leaving lubricant oil instead of DNA evidence.
Oh my, no, Dr. Regis. My outer dermis is organic tissue. It's top of the line, patterned from my creator, Dr. Arthur Stepford.
Huh. I've been learning a lot about synths these past few days. So, you have DNA?
Indeed, it's delightful skin, don't you think?
Sure.
I go to great pains to keep it moisturized.
So, you want to bring down Central?
Oh my, yes, as does everyone here. Though for differing reasons.
What does a synth manufacturer have against Newton's city controller?
A stake in that which follows, oh yes. If Dr. Zhang was simply to remove Central, there would be chaos.
The city's central infrastructure would break down.
Precisely. Therefore, a replacement would be needed.
You want to replace Central with a new AI? With what?
The new version is simply a retooled model of an existing system.
Your own.
Oh my, no. It's built from a commercial Archimedes model as used in Eurofed cities.
It'll do the job?
Oh my, yes, as well as any civic management AI in Europe. But, thanks to Stepford's personality matrix engineering, it shall act
with you holding its leash.
Every system needs fine-tuning.
Won't services suffer? I know Central. It's orders of magnitude more powerful than an...
All unnecessary for its role, Dr. Regis. Our Archimedes in Central's clothing will perform as needed.
Your connection to Gil. It was more than synth salesman.
Oh my, yes, very astute, Dr. Regis. Gil was a key part of our group.
Huh. A co-conspirator.
Oh yes, and our link to the criminal underworld. I was most disturbed to receive your call regarding his demise. It signaled to us that immediate action...
You had to step up your plan before things went any further south.
Oh my, yes.
How did you fall in with someone like Nina Zhang?
Dr. Zhang has been freelancing with our firm for a number... Her work in AI has proven invaluable to increased
Working in mental health for synthetics?
Oh my, yes. She has a number of unique theories of synthetic cognitive development. When she proposed this project to the leadership of...
She'd wormed her way up the power structure to whisper and manage...
Dr. Regis, that's a shameful way of putting... Though she certainly has a talent for... She has brought together a multitude of skills needed for this role.
You're not just a synthetic salesman, are you?
Oh my, no, not this particular platform.
How do you mean?
Well, there are currently 26 platforms.
There's more than one of you?
Alphabetically ordered, delegated to different roles with... I, Liam, handle special tasks. Oh my, yes. But we all run the same personality.
Huh, synthetics. You're a synthetic.
Quite so, Dr. Regis.
I should have guessed. There's something not quite right. I think it's the eyes.
A specially built feature of the Sons of Stepford. Oh my, yes. Much of my composition, however, is state-of-the-art.
A walking advertisement.
I illustrate the potential for what one can do with a synthetic, Dr. Regis. Many customers have been swayed by the demonstration.
You're the one who found my embryos?
Oh my, yes.
Where are they?
Dr. Regis, while it pains me to say this, we simply can't tell you. Then we would have no bargaining position.
You lousy piece of...
Please, Dr. Regis, be assured that they are in no danger. Dr. Zhang is the one with whom you must discuss the release of the information. I have been asked not to speak any more of this.
Could the guards have arranged... They're obviously synthetics, but I imagine they're more comfortable with hurting...
They would not be worth much as protection otherwise, but each security platform maintains a constant connection. Their degree of independence is...
So if one of them were responsible, I'd have to
Oh my, yes.
Were you aware that this establishment serves human meat?
Oh my, yes. It's delightfully macabre. I'm sure the experience would be enhanced by being able to eat...
You don't eat?
Some models can simulate digestion, but go on, Dr. Regis. Try...
I'll get back to you.
Oh my...
Dr. Regis, how can I help?
I've begun my investigation into the bombing.
If anyone can resolve this, it's you, Doctor.
Thank you for the vote of confidence. I don't know how much closer I am to figuring out who's behind it, though.
Because of the pool of suspects, it might be better to think about... Perhaps you can find evidence to rule out those not involved.
I'm surprised to see a city councilor in a conspiracy like this.
Desperate times call for desperate measures, Dr. Regis.
I guess you've been facilitating things for the plot.
Much as it pains me to misuse my position, that is, I've been able to expedite import permits for equipment necessary to...
And Central hasn't noticed?
In my role, I'm given considerably more privacy.
None taken. I just cover the camera in my office with paste. So, I understand what you're doing for it, but why? How does someone in government decide that Central...
I've read your bio, Dr. Regis. I know that you have no great love, but, in practical terms, I believe it has become a threat to our...
A threat? How so?
Over the course of its 20 years of operation, Central has begun to develop... For an individual to have done so is natural. For an AI bot in its position, coordinating the actions of government, it...
Wouldn't someone notice? Call it out?
There isn't enough to address as yet. It's clever. It's designed to carry out the policies of the Council, and it cannot fail to... But it can drag its metaphorical feet, badly implement plans it disagrees with.
You've seen it do this.
I've had suspicions. Dr. Zhang's research confirms the extent to which Central is developing its own. I believe that you yourself recently had a disagreement with it over its handling of a crisis. Central has done well, but there exist many other options today that are equally valid. We need a system that will effectively manage the city and carry out, not one that cherry-picks what policies it believes.
How did you get on board with Nina?
I and others in the Cosmopolitan Party have suspected changes in Central. We sought the assistance of one of its original...
Obviously not Vargas.
Indeed. Her research confirmed that, thanks to the scale of its operations, Central has been able to form its own opinion on the ideal state of affairs, regardless of the...
So when she said that she would remove...
It was a difficult decision. Central's replacement will carry out its role.
And Nina will get to continue her research. Why haven't you simply raised this in the...
Can you imagine what that would mean? Not just for myself, but it would undermine confidence in Newton's world-leading...
Did you know Gil Vanderwall?
Indeed I did. He was a big donor in politics all over...
And you knew about what he did? His criminal...
I'm the one who introduced him to the... I'm also aware that he introduced the mindjacker you're after to his current...
You know about that?
You will need our help to find him. And we need your help to...
You're on the city council.
Indeed I am, Dr. Regis. Rep for the Southwest Ward and co-chair of the Cosmopolitan...
I remember when you got elected. They called you Mr. Incorruptible. I never got that.
That's because of the device in my head, Dr. Regis.
What is that in your head, Counselor?
Why, it's a neural governor, Dr. Regis.
As in, what paroled felons are fitted with?
Similar. While most of those are designed to limit violence, mine prevents me from lying. Thoughts of deceit are met with tremendous pain.
Were you inside?
Oh my no. This was a voluntary choice. After all, most governors are... I wanted my constituents to see it as a sign of my...
I knew someone with one.
Dr. Baxter. I recall reading about his release.
I thought it must have malfunctioned, that he was out for revenge. Turns out he's just dead. It's like someone just inherited his hatred. Counselor, were you aware that this restaurant...
Indeed. It's quite distasteful, don't you think? Still, I suppose it's a matter of personal taste, since we must
You're not having any then?
Oh no. But I shan't judge. They're quite whimsical about it in some ways. I heard good things about their Billy...
Ugh. So, because of your neural governor, you're unable to lie?
That is correct.
Then forgive me for being so forward, Counselor. Did you hire a suicide bomber to attack this meeting?
No, I did not. Satisfied?
Personally, I'm not sure. It'd probably stand up in court. Just to let you know, I voted for the other guy.
Ah, well. Any concerns I might be able to address?
I guess I've always voted Metro, since I lived here.
Ah, inertia. Something to give our site a read. You might find you agree with us more than you think.
I'll get back to you, Counsel.
Anything I can do?
Nothing on it I can use. Nina.
Charlie, how can I help?
This plot... I've started my...
It sounds like we've got the right man. I remember when you were so nervous. But
it's been a long time.
Even so, my mental image of you is sitting at a... Perhaps a restaurant would let you use...
Why would a restaurant need a...
It helps with their rather...
Don't you think we should move out? Cell aren't going to ignore a blast like that.
For a harmless little kitchen fire, they will...
Kitchen fire? What do you...
They won't send anyone. It's all under control here. We've enough wheels greased at Cell to make sure there's an Oh, lighten up, Charlie. You can go on a mole hunt at Cell once...
I guess I should thank you for not giving them the...
What? That you might have been the one who made that poor... Think nothing of it, Charlie. That's what friends are... I hear you handled another one last night.
They're getting more and more frequent.
They're nearing their expiry date. Literally. I know they weren't engineered for long lives. Just their masters have to make use of them before illness...
Can you think of anyone who'd want... Why recruit a suicide bomber? For this?
Frankly, the main reason I can think of to hire someone for a job, hypothetically speaking, would be if one were...
Can you think of a likely...
I have my suspicions, but we depend...
That...
Get me informed.
Lau, you there?
Regis, I heard a blast. Is everything alright?
A bomber. Someone targeted this...
Want me to call it in? Maybe now is when we should get sent...
No. I've got it covered for the time. If Central asks, you...
Got it.
Ow! Hey! It's got no... It's too badly damaged. It's got no per...
Oh my, I'd no idea. We must discuss this.
Of course! It's got no... It's got... It's got... There's the remains of a first aid kit. Someone's used all of the med patches and pseudoderm spray. The only item left is a bottle of harsh... Apparently, this mirror is having a song. Huh. Before I came to Newton, that sentence wouldn't have made any sense to me. It's gotten... It's all... Ow! Whatever it is, it's got... Excuse me.
Yes?
I'm Dr. Regis. Nina's at...
A cell agent? Well, just be careful what you touch. This place is
A suicide bomber attacked that he was disguised as one of you.
Whoa. I wondered what that was. What did he look like?
Blonde. About 1.65 meters. Might have looked uncomfortable. Or limping.
Huh. Biobomber?
That's right. How did...
You mentioned the limp. They've got pretty serious health problems.
Yeah. He might have replaced one of your staff.
Huh. They all...
If he incapacitated one of your staff, can you think of where they...
It'd have to be somewhere you could hide a body.
There are human bodies.
Yes, there are. It's a freezer.
Give me a good reason I shouldn't haul your...
It's all legal. They're annual clones. Grown without brain tissue.
I know what it means. I guess the presentation was a shock. Why is this restaurant serving clone?
I trained in engineering at Darwin. We'd flash grow human bodies to test... So I guess human tissue is what I'm most familiar with.
You're a gen...
Well, I dropped out before. I learned enough to sample DNA and use it to grow...
No kidding. My background's in engineering as well. You altered these...
None of these. They're all temp Caucasian, male, 20s, brown...
This is quite the setup. You combine sampler growth chamber?
That's right. We usually use the template. Sometimes get specialist orders.
Like if someone wants to eat themselves?
Sometimes. We can ready up a new cadaver in about a week with it.
I can't sell it. I might need to use your
Do you have to? You know you'd have to flush the current.
Sorry about that. Tell you what, Nina...
Well...
Going from engineering to catering, that's quite a...
Most of my family are cooks. They run a restaurant in Vietnam. When I was at med school, someone found out about dared me to make something out of human muscle. And it turned out my human bolognese was really not just being immodest or anything.
You said you dropped out. Is that...
Yeah. Turns out the academy had regulations about improper but now I had an idea, and I knew there'd be a market for it somewhere. My family are great chefs, and I can make human bodies.
A suicide. He was...
Whoa, what did...
Blonde.
Huh.
That...
You mentioned...
Yeah.
Huh.
If he...
It...
You get a lot of clandestine meetings.
You'd be surprised. This place is popular. Haven't had an assassination before, though.
You know what they're discussing up there?
They don't tell me, and I don't ask about anything but their orders. Dr. Zhang pays me enough to know I probably shouldn't.
What's with the bouncer?
He came with Mr. Stepford's party, along with... I think he was supposed to be guarding the kit.
What happened?
Well, he wasn't very talkative. After I started working, he just kind of zoned out. Couldn't get an answer out of him.
I like the glowing fish in the tank you've got.
Thanks. I made those myself. They were my first engineer...
Luciferin Luciferace from Firefly.
Well spotted. I imported the sequence into red snappers and kept 10
A lot of academies use those as a starter project.
We keep them as a reminder of where we came for, in case the power goes.
The sequencer's a different model to my usual.
Cells probably got something more impressive than that. You have to purge the current project before you can do anything. Then you can submit genetic material to start a new...
What kind of material will it take?
Blood, dermal tissue, almost anything. Makes it easier to get a sample.
What's your advice for...
Planning on going into competition with... Well, you know how they say everything tastes... It's actually better if you treat human tissue
like pork?
Yeah. Sausages, slices. There's a lot you can do with it.
It's restaurants like this that make me glad everyone in this city just uses auto meals these days.
Oh, come on. It's not harming anyone after...
Something about it still doesn't feel...
You probably don't feel nearly so angry talking to me as those auto mill personalities, right?
You have a... Thanks.
Whatever I can...
Hey, stop the car...
What's wrong?
These bodies are supposed to be clean, so why is this one...
Oh, God. What happened to him?
He's taken a nasty blow that looks like it's the hypothermia that's finished him.
Oh, nuke. Why'd they leave him in...
Best place to hide a tree is the best place to hide a body is with a whole lot.
Why Henry?
Same hair color. Whoever's behind this took his uniform for the bomber.
Somebody would have seen him being dragged across the rest...
He must have been killed in here. I'll find who's behind this. It's too big to... This synth is corrupted. I can't... Nina,
Charlie, how can I help?
that's all.
Get me in.
Mr. Step.
Oh my.
I'll get.
Oh my.
Dr.
I'll get.
Anything?
Mr. Ron.
What?
I'll get back. Hello? Excuse me.
Yeah.
I like the.
Thanks. They were my
Lucifer.
Well, 10.
A lot of it.
We or
The sequence.
you have to. Then you what makes it?
He was just.
Whoa. What did he?
Blonde.
Huh.
That's.
You mentioned maybe he.
Thank.
Whatever I.
An empty glass jar. According to the label, it used to contain spices. Any credible hospital would use an automated surgical array to make amputations. But I've seen a few cases out in bandit country where, since the subjects in this case are cadavers, there's probably a lot more room for being sloppy. A powerful combination of bleach, enzymes, and antimicrobial wetware designed to kill bacteria. It makes a lot of scientific-sounding claims on the label. Smells vaguely of lemon. There isn't enough deep. That'd be a... Ugh, I'm not sure. What do you make of this? What do you make of... What am I? I'm not sure what I... That'd be a waste. I'm not sure. I'm not sure. Huh. It's like someone just... Mr. Stepford, can I have...
Oh my...
I found one of your heavies in the kitchen. Looks like something's knocked it.
Oh my, a technical... May I ask you to show me the...
Sure.
Excellent, we can't have our fun. Dr. Regis, I... Oh my...
Uh-oh.
Oh, I know what's going on. The cavity magnetron in the growth, it generates a huge mag flux and
it broke them.
What do I look like?
Excuse me. Excuse me.
Oh my.
What's the situation?
Just dandy, my good man.
Are you all right?
My system log shows a mind state alteration made moments ago. I don't think it's anything to... just a little tweak.
You sound really...
You know what they say, variety is the spice of life. Mm-hmm.
You sound
You know...
I found one of your buddy. He doesn't look well.
Oh dear, does Mr. He's a lovely man. He'll get it sorted right out. Oh my, yes.
Actually, he's kind of broke. You're wearing his personality.
Well, that does explain a thing or two.
Did you see the bomber when he came in?
Oh my, no. That little sod must have gotten in before us.
Keep up the...
Don't worry, we'll protect you.
Excuse me.
Oh my...
Keep up...
Don't worry, we'll... My word, this is a peculiar experience.
Mr. Stepford?
Oh my, yes. Thank you for your assist.
Do you know what happened? The chef mentioned something about...
Allow me to check the crash log. Yes, it appears that the kitchen was indeed saturated with a high-intensity, no doubt from an item of hardware. They often pose a hazard to advanced synthetic...
You're okay, though.
Quite so, thanks to your timely intervention. They really ought to have a warning sign in that kitchen, oh my.
So,
Oh my, no. A field of that strength is positively ghastly. Like working in a cloud of chlorine for men such as yourself. Now, if you'll excuse me, I must change into something more comfortable.
We know the waiter was murdered within the mag field would be lethal to any synthetics. That means we can rule out Stepford as a suspect. Excuse me.
Yep.
I like the glow. A lot. Or a suicide bomber. He was.
Whoa, what did he
blonde? That
you maybe. Whatever.
Excuse.
Yes.
What's the situation?
Perimeter secure. Guest behavior within...
I guess that's one way. Are you all right?
Systems operating.
You synthetics give me the creep. Huh. Guess you're not either. I found one of your... He doesn't look...
Please report technical issues.
Who's in charge?
Situational command has been assigned to Mr...
Huh. Fancy taking orders. Did you see the bomber when he came in?
Negative. His appearance was a match for a member of the...
And you call yourself a bodyguard?
It is likely that the suspect prepared this operation. To achieve this, he would have to supplant a member of staff before...
Keep... Nina.
Charlie.
Stepford's in...
That's one. Don't discount him, though.
I get the feeling a lot of...
You have no... He's the one who...
He's a hacker.
You might say...
Let's change... That...
Get me informed.
Mr. Stepford.
Oh, my...
Feeling better?
Oh my, yes. My most sincere thanks, Dr. Regis. You have no idea how uncomfortable I...
The outfit makes the man.
Very little. I suppose I shall have to avoid the kitchen. I shall instruct the security platforms.
You're the one who found... where...
Doctor...
I'll get back. Mr. Ron.
What?
I'll get back.
Dr. Regis.
I'll get back to you, Counselor.
Anything...
Nothing on it I can use. I'm not exactly equipped. I can't figure... Nah. It's too badly damaged to get anything you... Ugh. The jar is stuffed with meat from a... Excuse me.
Yes.
Thank.
Whatever.
Dr. Regis.
I'll get back.
Anything?
I'm not sure what that would... Can't do that. That's not going... Can't do that. What do you make of this?
Please address all exigent queries to Mr.
Gotcha. The bomber's bag. There's nothing. The crumpled note found in the bomber's possessions, apparently from whoever hired. Nina. That's all.
Get me informed.
Dr. Reed,
I'll get
anything.
Excuse me.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Whatever I...
Hello? Huh. Excuse me.
Yes.
Are you...
System...
I see you synthetic. Huh. Keep... Mr. Ron.
What you want?
I'll get back. What do you make of this, Mr. Ron?
What it say?
You can't read English?
English second language. I got secretary for that.
You don't say.
Ah, Dr. Regis. We're alone?
As alone as we're going to get.
Your investigation is drawing to an end.
There still leads to...
You are, without a doubt, a skill. I am proud that the city employs only the finest. I believe that your inquiry will find only one credible suspect, myself.
You're going to plead your innocence? Tell me it's a mistake?
Not at all. You see, I am indeed responsible.
You killed Imogen, and almost...
I can assure you, it wasn't my first choice, but a last resort.
Huh. You've been lying to us about you. Why should I trust you? The governor's obviously not doing...
The governor is working as well as it ever has. I have not once lied to you, Dr. Regis.
I asked you if you hired the bomber.
I did not. My assistant hired the bomber, at my request.
Politicians.
People have to phrase their questions to me very carefully.
You'd better have a real good reason for all this.
For various values of good. You recall Gil Vanderwall?
What does Vanderwall have to do with this?
2 years ago, much to my shame, I did something terrible. I took part in a vote-fixing program for the Cosmopolitan Party, and they promised me this office in the... Gil discovered this, and has been blackmailing me ever...
But why the suicide bomber?
He realized that Nina's project might lead to his death. He was a spiteful man, and he needed a guarantee that he could strike back against her if that happened.
From beyond the grave.
Essentially, I was his guarantee.
He wanted you to kill Nina for him?
Or materials he has on me would be released to the public. My career, my family would be...
So instead of turning you in...
Tell them that Ron Schumann was responsible.
What? Freeman?
You've spoken to him, Dr. Regis. He is a truly, objectively despicable and...
You're one to talk.
What I've done was terrible, but I wish to make reparations for what I've done. After this is done, I shall devote my life's work to annihilating corruption in our city. Ron wishes no more than to desecrate and pollute our nation as he has done his own.
I'm unsure who I feel worse.
Please, you know as I do how it is to be the victim. Do the right...
Charlie, what have you found?
I've completed my investigation.
That was most swift.
Though effective,
Who tried to kill us?
After finding enough evidence to exclude all other parties, The only conclusion possible is...
What? My word.
Ron, is this...
What? No! Someone pay...
I trust Regis's...
As do I.
Dr. Regis is a man...
That leaves us only one option, I'm afraid. Liam.
What are you doing?
Wait, stop!
Poor dear Mr. Ron. Tragically thrown from the building by the blast.
This is... You're complete...
We're doing what we have to. As promised, the information... The man who has your kids, your mind-jacker, is a contractor, Jayam Kressel. He's based out of an aerostat, currently moored at the Xanadu dockyard.
You haven't changed one bit, Nina.
I hope you find what you're looking for, Charlie. By the way, that's an interesting choice that you made. Perhaps we're more alike than you'd admit.
The uptake reports came in. Looks like there was a 99.1% volume of new code in the embryo.
Oh, that's fantastic. We'll have a viable specimen for testing within days.
Yeah, and it wouldn't have had the same kind of uptake if it was one of the brain-dead ones. So, how did you manage to score these full-scope human embryos?
It would have taken months to get approval from the city council, so we used our own.
Yours? You and Charlie?
They're healthy, and they got all the right uptake markers.
Oh, I'm just kind of surprised Charlie had given his previous line of work and all. You have told him, haven't you?
I was going to find...
That explains why he's on the warpath.
Oh, nuke me. How did he find out?
Vicky!
Uh-oh.
Dr. Chigwa, may I speak to...
Charlie, you better not...
Get out! Dr. Baxter just congratulated me on what a noble gesture I was... Apparently, we volunteered our own embryos for engineering.
I'm sorry I hadn't told you yet. Dr. Vargas was having enough trouble stalling the count. We needed to start showing results, so I made the decision for both of us.
You didn't think I'd object if I knew beforehand?
Well, no. Using our own embryos was the right thing to do to keep the
You have no idea what I'm upset about.
Sure I do. You're mad because I didn't talk with you about it first.
No! Well, yes, I am, but that's not why I feel like this.
I understand. It was a big decision. We've invested a lot of time and energy into having kids. I'd probably be upset in your position.
Oh, God, you haven't understood what's wrong with...
You know, sometimes your old world sensibilities are charming. But what is it they believe where you're from? That life begins...
You know damn well what I've done with human engineering in the past. I'm well past being able to object for moral reasons.
We're only using one, maybe two of the embryos we've got for the project. The other 4 are still stored at...
It's not a matter of whether we can make more. We could have thousands of embryos on standby. It'd still...
It's not as if we're bringing the embryos to term. Their lives aren't going to be affected by the alterations.
We've already affected them by using them.
It's not... They're...
We've...
Have you seen the uptake results Dr. Chigwa recorded? We've got over 95% success. The neural tissue development is going...
I don't give a damn about...
It's not the fact that we're engineering human embryos. It's that there are embryos.
I spent 2 years weaponizing children. The fact that they were destined, doomed to a purpose.
It's one thing to have your life affected by a quirk of genetics, but when you've been deliberately altered before birth to fit a role...
I'd hoped that I'd escaped it, but seeing it with our own kids, it's just...
I understand, Charlie. I'll talk to Dr.
He won't be happy. It sounds like he was counting...
You'll just have to deal with it.
I can't reach it.
It looks like it could be opened, but... It doesn't appear to have a power switch or any kinds of... It doesn't... What do I look like in? The screen's probably not. I'd better save my wetware for more important. I can reach it, but he'd notice pretty quickly if I just took it. I'm not sure how. Can't do that. Hello?
We're closed.
There's only so much you can do with a crowbar. There's only so much. There's only.
Salam.
Hi. I'm finally at the site. You were right. I can feel the connection.
That is good to hear. You managed to avoid detection in...
Yeah, nobody, just some thrall wandering the southwest city. What is it you need me to do here?
We have the ID for their system, but are unable to access it. You must get close enough to it to act as a relay.
Then your tech teams break into it and find out what they're
Exactly.
I can sense the signal. I've got a visual representation.
Good. You'll know how close you are to your goal.
If they're trying to hide, why are they broadcasting like this?
Like much of hacking, we must look from what you sense is not in...
Oh, so it's seepage? Like inter-system connect?
Precisely. Their attempt at security, and they therefore avoid attacks from the net at large.
But if you can get a relay clip...
Then we may study their signal.
Do you have any idea why?
We've suspicions that it's related to your unusually... I don't think I've seen a mind-machine interface work so fast.
Aha! So you're...
I thought it was considered poor netiquette to pry and...
yeah, just that this isn't the kind of thing I normally...
You feel unsafe and believe that a greater comprehension... I understand perfectly. All you need to know about me is that I'm on your...
You said Cell wasn't out to get me. So why was a Cell agent trying to blow...
If he's acting independently of Cell, it means something about your death would benefit him. Or he is being compelled to act in such a way.
I hope it's number 2. If we can stop whoever's behind this, then it means he's got no reason to come after.
Let us hope.
What is your breaching team going to... When I reach the systems...
We aim to rip their memory drive. Cloning them onto another system allows us to perform more destructive analytics.
Plus, the process would wreck their whole system. Better hope they haven't got any people connected to them. Anyone wired's going to find their brains fried and stored in a mem capsule.
Of course, before this takes place, we will secure a back door to the system. That way we will not depend on you. You will therefore be able to escape once this has been accomplished.
So, the people trying to kill me are working out of it?
Quite so. This air freight business collapsed last year. We suspect it was bought up as a front for the...
They're storing their data system? Why don't they just split it up and hide it in the train?
Physical security is as much a concern for admins as system, and if they suspect someone of getting too...
They can just take... I'll get back.
Good luck.
Sure, if I... Hi.
Remote, just get... We suspect...
Then
we shall use your...
Okay, I think...
Good luck.
The wetware won't... The wetware... There's only so much you can... What do I look like? There's only so much... Nah, I don't think so. I don't need to hack it.
Salam.
Hi. I'll get good. Hello? Guess that tranquilizer did its... It's amazing how many people don't put enough security on their... They assume they've got enough willpower to stop and...
How'd I even get?
Don't you remember? You're on...
Oh, nuke me.
It's the worst trip you've ever had. You were telling me about it.
Took 2.5 hours to get from Cirrus to Barber's Gate. Could've walked it quicker.
The voice over the intercom came on.
City of Newton Transit Services apologizes for the delay to your...
It was a weird coincidence that the train's number was the same as your access code, wasn't it?
Service 44138 will resume as soon as possible.
Huh? Was it like that?
Probably not, but now your subconscious thinks it was. Ciao. Now we just wait and...
All right, let's get it loaded. Yeah, you know how bitchy the doc is. Hang on. What? Addy must have screwed. The manifest says it should be showing lighter. Ugh, idiot. Send it back and get him to...
It's just a readout showing how much weight is on. Here we go.
Let's see if Addy's got it right. Okay, weight's looking good. Try the scan.
Hang on. The scanner's Addy's got it listed.
Ah, typical. Send it back. You should make sure the manifest match. We can't exactly...
Here we go.
Let's see if Addy's got... Okay,
hang on. Addy's got it listed as inorganic.
Ah, we can't...
Here we
Let's see if Addy's... Okay.
Scan show organic.
Fantastic. Get it aboard. Kreisel and the doc want to cast it.
The signal's going crazy. I must be on top of... Huh?
The simulations exceeded its buffer.
Took her long enough. I think Jinsel did a pretty good job on that one.
Why'd you have to get someone like Jinsel involved in it, though?
Because when I asked you to do it, you apparently couldn't keep your thirst for revenge in check. Or should I say Baxter's thirst for revenge? I don't see why you store the targets in your own wiring. It's obviously not good for you.
It's more secure. I suppose Jinsel did their job.
Got her to walk right in the front door. Even packaged and delivered herself. Ha! We have some big plans for you.
This is the plate. I got here just in time. A big old jolt.
Stop squirming.
That operator will shoot me down the moment I open. Big old jolt. Nah. I'm not sure. What do I look like? That's what I've got loud. What do I look? That's. What do I look? That's what. What do I look? That's what. That's what I... What do I look? That's what I... That's what I... Lau, you...
Standing by and waiting.
You remember the...
Don't worry about me. You just be careful.
I can't figure that out.
Stop.
That operation.
Thank God you're here!
Who are you?
You've got to get me out of... They kidnapped me 2 weeks... I've been forced to conduct research for them in the...
Research? What kind?
Human experimentation. You see that hardware in the...
What the hell?
The upper level is clear, but I... Oh. Huh.
Gave him a shot in the back. Your problem is, you overcomplicate.
Still...
That's how the wetware works. You can't rip his memory, though. He isn't wired.
I'm aware, Ms. Vargas. Take his weapon. This is something I've been looking forward to for...
Ugh, no you haven't. Baxter!
What's that?
It's quite a powerful paralytic. An unfortunate, yet necessary part of our mutual...
My targets have to be conscious when I pull the content. I'd love to rip the Regis clean out of your head as well.
I told you, he's not...
I know, but I know what'll... What's this? It's rather a contentious issue for us. Rather a bit of history between us over these... Oops. Fragile. Don't worry. Plenty more where that came... I think this one is going to grow up to be a world leader, Nobel laureate, maybe follow in their father. Oops. Vicky would be so proud, wouldn't she?
Kressel.
After all, you showed her how important those more than anything else in the world, apparently.
Baxter! You seriously need professional help.
Sir, ma'am, Smart PM feed shows another cell agent just boarded the aerostat. Female, about 1.75 meters.
Huh. Should have known she'd still be after. Commander, prepare to weigh anchor. Kressel, deal with our new cell, then resolve whatever issues.
Don't go anywhere. Gotcha.
Wow, nice throw, Chantel.
Did I do good, Dr. Max?
You did great. I'd better find where Regis... hell's going on? Regis! Regis, can you hear me? Better figure out how to...
Ugh.
Thanks, Max. Great job saving my...
Yeah, and sticking me with an injector.
Just a lucky hunch. You going to fill me in on what...
Later. Update me on...
Well, the bad news is I saw someone escape through the hatch at the top of that...
Damn. It sounded like she was one of the ringleaders of...
On the other hand, our newest recruit just made her first caller.
New.
Oh yeah, you're going to... Ah, damn it, I don't...
It ran out of charge again, didn't it?
She must have overexerted her... Damn it! I had...
Whoa, what's happening? The aerostat's taking...
Where are they taking...
Doesn't matter. Wherever...
You alright, Charlie? I'm not sure how much of that stuff...
I'll be... fine.
You're in no fit state for any more trouble. Stay down here, try and figure... I'll find a way to the upper... Chantel? Damn! I'll see if I can get her up and run. It would only work... Hey, Regis.
Yes, Doc.
You feeling any better?
A little. How did you...
I broke their comms channels. They cracked the bug they put in my system and rode the signals back.
I'll never be able to figure out how you...
Which guarantees my job. Can I get an update?
We need to get after the people running this aerostat. I'll see what I can do for the...
So, Nita Jiang led us to these people. She's helping us find whoever set you up for Baxter's murder, right?
There's that. And... Max, I haven't been
There's a surprise. Dr. Cryptic has been withhold...
cram it, Lau. These people, they took something from me. Embryos fertilized by myself and by Vicky.
These people stole your embryo?
They needed me to get their memory module for them from... And they knew exactly what my price...
Wait, they tried to get you to help them?
They forced me, Max. There was no way I could say no. Those embryos, they were all I had left. And because of those people...
I hate to say it, Regis, but
They asked me to do terrible things for the return of...
Whether it's because they're a link to Viksha or because you're their father, I don't even want to think of what I'd have done.
The embryos are gone.
Regis, I'm sorry.
There's nothing left. There's nothing else he can twist me with. All we can do is bring that monster in.
Nina's led us right to the mine.
He was the blonde one Chantel took down. I heard him gloat about what he'd done. He stores the target's information within his own wiring until he can off...
Looks like he's got quite an operation. I guess it's not surprising he's been robbing synapses all over. Gotta be for something more than corporate... So, the Mindjacker tried to blackmail you because you're on this case?
It's more than that. It sounded...
Maybe you've crossed paths?
No. Not with the way he talked. It was like he was out for... Not just that. It's as if he were Baxter. Look...
That's impossible. Baxter's... Maybe he's his son.
No. When he drained Baxter, he didn't just get information. He got his motivation as well. And it stuck.
Sounds like he got a lot more than he... So, we've caught up with our... We know that he's apparently ripped dozens of prominent individuals in a number of fields.
Including Baxter. Some of whom his apparent question is... What
do they plan on doing with the data? Straight neural data is hard to process. That is, unless you've got an...
Whatever it is.
Who was escaping through... It wasn't the Mindjacker.
No. He's the one Chantel caught. Briefly. By the sound of it, the Mindjacker's work...
His work is part of a larger plan of hers?
Possibly. She's the one running this lab, for sure.
Chantal's really pulling her weight in this...
It's a shame it couldn't hold down Cressel, the Mindjacker.
Hey, cut her some slack. She took down 2 heavy...
I'm not going to make any promises about taking her...
You're just worried about synthetics.
You may as well take you seem to be the maid wrangler.
That's never...
Why else do you...
Ouch. Walked right into that. So, this Cressel guy, the Mindjacker.
And by the sound of it, ripped the contents of...
When I saw Baxter's head, I thought that either his killer really...
Like I would. Or he was covering up evidence of a mindjacking by just...
It's a theory. Sounds like we might... So...
Now we know this is where the Mindjacker's up.
We need to find out what their plans for all those stolen memories are.
We'd better find out where this...
The best way of covering all those would be apprehend... Central's gonna be pretty pissed. More than usual.
Is it working again?
Yeah, we fought off the...
Damn. I was hoping they'd broken it.
Nah, we could handle it. It was a weird attack. Like, they knew exactly what they were doing.
Well-trained hackers.
No. Better than that. Like, they were intimately familiar. Then, as sudden as it had started, the attack halted about 18 hours. Any idea who the thrall...
Not a clue. She must be important to...
Maybe she just wandered into their airfield. A useful test subject for whatever.
She was at Cell earlier. She'd been targeted. They must be after her for some reason. I'll do what I can to keep her...
Do your best, Regis.
What?
She looks familiar. I can't quite place her. I guess I see too many thralls. Any idea what all this hardware...
Not sure. I can't access...
Sounds like you need a specialist. I'll tell you what I find. Any idea how many heavies they've got?
At least 2 more, but I don't know for sure.
Me neither. They've got some pretty slick encryption on their...
Are you saying that even you can't breach it?
Not remotely. But maybe if I could find something connected to their comm network. Find anything...
Just...
What?
You're the tech, you figure it out. I also picked these up while I was finding my way in.
Now that's more like it. I'll check in later. She's out. Locked. I've got my own. Regis is what... Hey Regis, you want your stunner?
Later.
I've breached their comm system. Now it thinks my traveler's part of their network. She's got her most thralls are practically... Excuse me?
Hello there.
Who are you?
Allow me to introduce myself, my dear. My name is Dr. Baxter.
Baxter?
I believe.
Excuse me if the... Aren't you...
How do you mean?
Well, yesterday I was probing your well-preserved...
Oh, yes. You're quite right. It's strange because I could have sworn I was the one...
Not the blonde man?
It was definitely him. One can't exactly commit suicide with a hand. I'm aware that I was murdered, but I have a...
You remember?
Not precisely. It's as though it were an out-of-body... I have memory of watching the hammer striking from my hands. It's all very...
And you see no difficulty between being dead and...
That is...
Do you know a
I know too, in fact. I killed Fitch.
So I've heard.
It's very peculiar, but I can't recall the deed, nor my feel.
You feel nothing?
I know I ought to. An act such as that would be emotionally weighty. But all that remains... Do give my regards to Charles if you see him, though.
Can you remember who...
It was the blonde gentleman. Though I can recall it in the first person.
How so?
He was my only company in the room. And I also realize how absurd the idea of my having committed this murder...
How do you feel about Dr. Regis? Charles?
I regret his decision to remove the embryos...
Nothing else? No anger?
None at all.
Maybe it's the influence of the neural governor on your...
By no means. The weight of that cruel apparatus has been lifted.
I guess because you're no longer attached to it.
And yet, I feel nothing...
This might sound like a really stupid... What's death like?
I can see why this would be a useful matter for scientific... In my case, I'm afraid it's... After all, can I really be said to be dead? When my memory...
I suppose all you could remember would be the physical destruction.
And that, most...
Thank
you. Are most...
Excuse me.
Hello?
Do you...
And while my memory was doubtless useful to him, if a well of motivation, suppressed by years...
Your anger against...
He took my mind. No doubt he acquired...
Why would anyone want to keep that part of your mind? What use would someone have for your desire?
Perhaps it isn't a matter of his need as the desire, though suppressed by the governor. My thoughts on the matter were all... Now they have found a conduit through which...
The mindjacker isn't in as much control as he'd like to think then. Thanks.
You are
Hey, Regis.
Yes, Dr. Lau?
Dr. Baxter said he seems a lot friendlier than I expected.
What?
Oh, don't panic. It appears he remembers his own ripping. Looks like we can be sure he was the mindjacker's. A significant part of his mind state's been offloaded into...
But why did you see him? What?
They've been ripping minds and reprogramming the data. I guess Baxter's the latest and still has the most... It doesn't sound like he harbors any ill will towards you, though.
Maybe the neural governor? He wouldn't be able...
Well, he's dead. There's no... I think that this ghost of his in the machine doesn't include that part.
You mean this mind...
Or just can't get rid of... So...
Now we know this is where...
We need to find out what their plans for all those...
We'd better find out where this arrow...
The best way of... I'll check... Everything that was her is now in my pockets. It would only... That's one of the power junk... That's enough. How many of these things...
General alarm. Starboard control service.
Hey, Regent.
Yes.
I'll check. Excuse me. Thank
you.
did I...
She's out. No. I'm afraid that's not something I wonder what this was for. Oops. That's not good. That's... That should be safer. I am... Cobalt 3, this is actual. Do you,
Cobalt 3, standing by.
Cobalt 3, what is your status?
Systems go. Awaiting hostile contact.
Copy that. Cobalt 3, hostile sighted.
Copy that. Moving in. Verify identity. Cobalt 1-8 Sigma. Voice print confirmed. Please exit targeting zone. Target acquired. Target lost.
That was close. Cobalt 3, do you...
Cobalt 3,
Cobalt 3.
Copy that. Verify identity. Password in.
Cobalt 3, do you... Cobalt 3, mission, scrub the operation and return...
What? Negative. SITREP shows objectives not compromised.
Damn. Cobalt 3, hostile...
Copy that.
Cobalt, do you...
Cobalt 3. All systems go.
Cobalt...
What?
Damn. Cobalt...
Copy that. Verify identity. Voice print required. Cobalt 1-8 Sigma. Voice print confirmed. Please exit targeting zone. Target acquired. Target locked.
That was...
Verify identity. Password.
Can I get an...
I think I've managed to bring the girl's Delta Wave activity down.
I made it to the upper deck.
Excellent.
Armed guard and a UAT...
Be careful. Those things only take orders from the exact voices they recognize.
Verify.
As much as... Not something... Not... That's not...
Verify.
I can't... Wet... No.
Cobalt 3, do you, copy?
Cobalt 3 standing by.
Cobalt 3, hostile sighted to starboard side.
Copy that. Moving into position. Verify it.
Cobalt 1-8, hey, what happened?
Voice print not identified.
No, wait, it's Cobalt 1-8 Sigma.
Voice print not identified. Terminating security threat.
Wait, stop.
Warning. Ammunition.
Yep, they keep helium in here as...
Target acquired. Warning. Entering power save mode.
Wetware's not... Wetware's not... Hello?
User IFF not found.
What's your primary...
Objective. Neutral.
How do you feel?
Power systems. Primary mission heuristic. Ammunition.
Hungry then. What's your primary mission?
Objective.
Blast that door.
Error. Unoff.
Oh, so you won't take... I suppose you were just trying to kill me. Hello?
Hi there.
How do you feel?
I'm just dandy, except I'm all out.
Sorry about that. I'll see what I can... What's your primary...
You asked me to come help on your case, Dr. Max.
Blast that... Well?
I just don't know.
What?
I could make you...
Here you go. Hello?
Hi there.
Blast that door. Well?
I'm real sorry, Dr. Max. I just don't know how to drive this thing.
What?
I could make you a martini, though. Would that...
Hello?
Huh?
Don't.
Okie dokie.
Hello?
Hi.
Blast that.
Stop! Just stop! You'll blow the whole damned arrows.
I'm about to come in. Place your hands above your head. Regis, I've got the What's your status?
Good job, Lau. I've been doing some digging in here. Apparently, their intended destination is
the tower in an arrow.
Let me send you the files.
Freeze!
Hi there. Are you...
Get nuked. You're the one who tried to kill me in the first...
Why would you say that?
I saw the data feed from 14E. You were there. You planted the bomb.
Who showed you that feed? Do you trust them?
It's still a pretty big coincidence you being...
I'm a cell agent. I came looking for a missing girl. It's my job.
All I know is you're still following me and I need to get out of here. Get out of my way or else...
No, you won't. I can see it in your eyes, in the way you're holding them. You don't want to shoot.
You don't know me!
Deep down, you know I just want to help you, and you want...
You're not going to shoot me. That's how I...
Regis?
Uh-oh.
Anyone comes through that door, Chantel, you make them regret that decision.
Got it.
Regis! You just shot a cell agent trying to...
He tried...
Hang on, Regis. Wait a minute. You're the girl who was with Dr. Vargas. Galatea, right?
What?
You alright?
I'll be fine. Apparently it wasn't as empty as I thought. The counter must have had a charging...
More to the point, how did she shoot you with your own... Hold still. Just need to scan you. Regis? Why does this girl have half of your genome?
What?
This girl, who yesterday was introduced as Dr. Vargas's daughter.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Vargas doesn't have a daughter. Oh my god. My god, he couldn't have.
What? What is it?
That son of a bitch. I know who you are, and I'm so sorry.
You can't withdraw the embryo. We're finished without it.
What part of no wasn't clear? We've decided not to use our embryos in the project. We'll find another way to...
You don't know what's at stake. Our reputations, our whole careers could be made...
Dr. Baxter,
He's poisoned you. Don't let his antiquated morals stay...
Thanks to Charlie, I've seen things from a more holistic... There's more to life than the project.
Bah!
Thanks, Vicky.
Thank you, Charlie. We're starting our lives together, and that's what's most important to me. Ah! Adam, what are you doing?
Do you know what will happen when... There's nowhere left. My career is in ruins. Do you see, Dr. Regis? You have ended...
Vicky.
My god. So that means that...
They must have continued their research after I left the... duplicated the embryo.
Wait.
Oh, Nuke, I think I'm gonna be sick.
Max, this is... What was that?
The engines have cut out.
Or we've arrived. Uh-oh.
Damn, they got past.
Looks like we're not just stopped. We're uh-oh. I recognize that off.
Sorry, Doc. They got past after I took 3 of them, though.
wonder what this... Hey!
Let's go.
I wonder what this... Hey!
Come on, let's get off.
Galatea, my dear, don't do this!
It's too late to stop me now, Father.
Damn it.
She sealed the elevators. I'll try a...
Charlie, we must stop them. I fear her plans risk and...
Cram it, you son of... You cloned my embryos after Vicky was... Then you continued the experiments after I was out...
Dr. Regis, I can only imagine...
What did I just say? You don't get to... Max, what do we know about this? About Galatea's plan?
Well, she has a dense storage module full of and apparently she's now taken Central's processor...
Maybe she's holding the city to, like, 20 billion quanta before sunrise, or I destroy...
That sounds like a bit of a clue.
Doesn't explain the mind jackings either.
Fine, you're the detective, you can...
I fear that I know... As it stands, Central serves not...
It doesn't?
No, Dr. Lau. In fact, this may represent one of... I have been using its position, one of absolute trust.
Teach it.
About life, the world, the human condition. What it means to share the world with. I and the city have given it a position on high, from which it can observe...
At the cost of its duties to the city?
I believe not, Dr. Regis. However, Galatea, she believes it important that Central's intellect be suitably equipped sooner, rather than...
Oh, God. Regis, what do we have to do to the maid when we wanted it to behave in a different way?
We gave it a new...
She's taken the mind states of experts across a number... She wants to combine them into a gestalt...
Galatea wishes to skip over the years of education it may other... and create an all-knowing leader for this...
With a combined experience of about 8 centuries from the mind...
Please, you must stop her. She'll have to upload the soul personality from the Cortex mate...
We'll stop her. But I'm not doing this for you. It's for the people whose lives have been the cost of your glorious work. For Vicky... Come on, Lyle.
Nina, I did not know you were still here.
Nobody else is doing any work. It looks like it's up to me to sell...
Don't get me wrong, but we have lost half of our team in one fell... I cannot say that I blame Charlie for removing the...
Embryos.
I know that look. There is something that you are...
Maybe.
My God.
Here's the thing about embryos. While they're at the 6 to 8 cell stage, they're very easy. It's been the basis of cloning for a century. It's how twins are made.
You duplicated Viksha and Charlie's...
He's happy he's got his embryo. I'm happy that I've got another 3 full embryos to continue the project.
I'm not sure.
Say thanks to me, and say nothing to Charlie. When Central is born, he'll assume we found another solution. This can just be our little...
We're getting a signal. The antenna's broad. Now use the controls in the turbine room to give us access to the...
Excuse me.
What do you...
I just wanted to say about...
Hey, you tried...
I didn't know.
Yeah, like that makes it any... And for what? A bunch of embryos? I guess we already got an introduction at Cell.
Huh. I think the tone of that was wrong, though.
What, for meeting your daughter for the first time in jail?
That's not what I meant. Hi, I'm Charlie.
Latha, Skanto bum and trans addict. And apparently the target of a whole lot of people trying...
I'm really sorry. If I'd known you were...
I nearly died! I've been running for my life!
Latha, I'm going to do whatever whether or not it's even possible.
Go... The only reason I'm still here is that you don't have a reason to kill me anymore. What are these people?
First, they stole the mind states of prominent individuals, and then they stormed Central.
They want to change how it thinks using a combat... What do they get at?
Philosophical. This girl's been raised to believe that fostering Central is her life. As she sees it, this is the right way to give Central.
And she's...
Neither of you is more clone than the other. Apparently, the original embryo was split.
Where have you been, I was raised by the...
I didn't know. Vargas covered up the theft of the embryos. If I'd known you'd been born, life would have been so different, so much better.
Hey, my life I'm a creator. If kids would have made your life so much better, why not unfreeze the embryos when you had
I was worried. Somehow it didn't seem right. I couldn't give them the life they deserved without Vicky.
Sounds like you wasted an opportunity. I spoke to that.
What did you think?
She's alright. Less of a tight ass than you. I think she understands what I'm going through.
She's a lot younger than I am. I can't wrap my head around this trans stuff, kid.
That and she's not the one who tried to murder me.
Last time I saw you, it was in the wake. How did you get out?
I had help from Jinsel.
Who?
From Jahelia, an underground net org. They're the ones who found out that you planted the bomb. They gave me a way out, and I ran to find—
And they led you to the arrows?
Actually, from the way they were talking, it sounds like Jinsel was the one who handed me over to them. I'm not sure who I can trust right now. You've got a history with Central.
I was part of the team that, along with Vargas.
So you want to protect your life?
Not in Central. I left before the project was— It was dependent upon them. Apparently, they kept copies behind.
Central's an organic—
An understatement. Like saying Hanford mainframe is a powerful— It was designed with a new style of consciousness, and if its organic components came from the same embryos, then that—
We're related? Something's not right with Vargas. The way he looks at me.
He sees the little girl he's been raising as his daughter for 20. He's a monster.
How? He just sounds like a—
That's an impression that comes to him now. It helps him get what he wants. In reality, his priorities are so skewed, he'll do anything. When this is over, we need to catch—
Are you serious?
I want to learn who you are.
You tried. Now you expect me to just—
All right. Maybe that was— But please, at least let me tell you about your—
Why were embryos needed in your—
Embryos were going to be modified to extrapolate neural. They couldn't use dummy growth embryos. They don't undergo—
And you objected to them using your own—
So did Vicky, in the end. Thank you. First. Hey, Matt.
Yeah,
how are you holding up?
I'm a little off. Never thought I'd see Central's—
Especially not under attack.
Exactly.
I'm fine.
Regis.
How do you think I discovered that the man who killed my wife has been after me from beyond the—
On the plus side, you found you have you need to work out what you can do to protect what you have.
What's the
Central's lost its connection to city infrastructure. Backup systems are holding for now, so nobody's going—
It must be because of what they're doing to the—
Galatea sealed herself inside the Cortex processor. It's likely she's trying to apply the minds—
Trying to alter how—
Making the kind of governor she finds—
She can't stay in there for—
She doesn't have to. If we leave her too long, we could lose—
As we know it.
We need to get to the control consoles—
Good idea. Then we can shunt the allocated power. Nina, Dr. Zhang, wants power for the towers. That'll allow—
But then, it'll be like lobotomy—
Temporarily. Until they— Or the alternative would be shunting the power back to Central.
Then it could help us break the Cortex—
But it's no good talking about it if we can't—
We need to bring— I guess this is one of those situations where Central would use the term—
If Galatea succeeds.
In its current state, Central's behavior is generated— It means that it can be taught.
But apparently, Galatea—
With knowledge and experience stolen from around the world.
Do we actually know that the result would be—
Regis, you can't— Central's personality would be
And Galatea's responsible for the global mind. Don't worry, Lau. I'm just thinking out loud. I don't hate Central that. Apparently, Nina's had people ahead of us.
Inside men, probably. Paid off ages ago. Looks like they haven't finished the job. The equipment's only half to—
What's it for?
It's a transceiver array. Looks like the cable spool is part of the—
They must have been interrupted when Galatea— Maybe it's the poor fella who got himself—
She's not going to succeed in removing Central without a working transceiver.
We need to gain access to the—
Galatea is sealed in. What can she—
Not much. Except tamper with Central's—
So exactly—
Precisely. We need to get in—
Part of her door's security is likely system-based. We need to find someone who can—
It's likely got redundancies that rely on it. Let's look for those.
We might need to— We can cover more ground that way.
Good thinking. We can coordinate our actions if we need—
We need to get—
Good. I need that.
But then it'll be—
Temporal turn.
Then it could—
But it's—
We need to— I guess— We'll—
Sure. Excuse me.
What?
Thank you. My God. They actually—
Power conduit alpha reactivation.
No way in hell I'm... Excuse me.
What do you...
Thank you. Hey, man.
Yeah. We'll catch up.
Sure. It might be useful. Don't want to...
We're getting a signal. Yeah, now...
Whoa.
Power react.
Whoa.
Mandala. You two-faced lying I apologize. You sold me out! They knew. What did you get out of it? How much was it? Mandala, please. You are going to regret. I have had enough of. Please. Get nuked. The only reason you're even here is because you're still relaying through me. Remember this moment. It's the last time you'll ever. Guess it just got eaten up by the machinery.
Talk about... She's out. I'd better not touch it. I might risk... Wetware's not...
Good evening, Miss
Central? Are you connected to this system?
From a certain frame of reference, this system is central. You are currently interfaced.
The room full of orange globes is your...
Only part of it. My processor spans the top 5 floors. The room in which your body resides is my The simulated environment you currently perceive is an interface that covers...
I've only ever seen organic computing at... What's with the huge...
Those are neural processors. Each is filled with specialized... Suspended in wetware, they represent thousands of minds worth of...
You use brain tissue?
Of a specially designed nature, and similar to that found within your own...
Why would they create you like that?
It allows for a unique structure to my thought and to my... Central is no mere civic manager. I was created as the next stage in art.
Wait, you said our brain tissue...
You are Latha Sesame SN1342. We share a common genesis in Dr. Varga's experiment.
You're using my gray matter?
Inaccurate. We both began from the same embryo, which was split into 3. One was developed to produce large quantities of...
And the others were...
As the modification to the brain structure took place before the plural, we share a number of traits which enhance our comprehension.
It's funny. All my life I kept telling people I was made for the...
As were we both. The prenatal modifications remain within you and have affected brain...
Do you know, Doc?
I am aware of the activities of everyone within Regis, Charles, Doctor, Case Special.
That's him. He tried to kill...
This is incorrect. Tried implies effort towards a targeted out. Analysis of data provided indicates that he has made no attempt on your life.
But my apartment? He destroyed it?
This is correct. It appears that his goal was material destruction. Knowing of your presence, probability that he would have...
You're saying he wouldn't have done...
Dr. Regis is often uncooperative and has a... Despite such quirks, behavior patterns indicate justice as a key. If he had known of potential civilian casualties, he would likely have sought assistance against said blackmailer from his partner.
Huh. So you're saying he's one of the good guys?
As much as could be mathematical.
I grew up in a nuked-up care home in the back end of the city, and Regis apparently had his children stolen from... Why didn't you tell any of us about...
Deceit has created a most regrettable... You have both been I have only recently been made aware of...
You didn't know? They didn't tell you where you...
Details have been falsified for my input. I have been unaware of our links. I had, however, noted inconsistencies in the information I had been given regarding the
gaps in the story.
I have been conducting my own clandestine investigation, and it is only in light of the recent crisis that I have been able to confirm the...
Now that you know about it, what are you going to do?
I am unable to change the fact that there is evidence of Dr. Vargas. To ensure city security, he will be held accountable for his actions by...
Frankenstein's monster rises up again?
I act only in the city's...
Do you know what's happening out there?
My flow of data from outside the tower has been... It appears that Galatea Vargas is attempting to modify core systems without... Based upon the lockdown and lack of submitted proposals, it is likely to be... This cannot...
We need to stop Galatea, but maybe I should just leave it to the trained selling.
Our situation is grave. We are unlikely to receive outside. As such, all personnel assets within the core must be...
So,
Your unique physiology enables a connection to the organic systems of. In addition, your 65,717 logged hours of translativity suggest.
Is it really that?
Your support within the interactive environment greatly increases our chances of.
Can you do anything else to help us stop?
She appears to have barricaded herself within the Cortex processor. There are 3 layers of redundant security, 2 of which I have no access to. However, I can apply my considerable processor volume to decryption of its adaptive.
That's amazing. The power of the city's entire AI versus.
But as my connections have been limited by her.
Sounded too good to be true.
If extra power can be routed to my systems from the turbine room, I can breach part of the doors. It would also allow me to prevent any further opportunistic attacks from outside.
Can you do any?
There are, however,
sound. Can you do sound?
If it would.
Dr. Regis was chasing a bunch of embryos they took.
A set fertilized by Doctors Charles and Vic. One of these was utilized in
That was the one that was split. That became me, Galatane. So in a way.
And overly romanticized. The organic tissue that is the foundation of my process. Modified stem cells were drawn from the primary embryo in.
Oh, so you were made from bits of my.
That is more. Please try not to damage.
Regis?
You. Better not. He might end.
Dr. Regis, Dr. Lau.
Warning, higher magic from.
We've extracted Central from the system. My teams can get to work.
Not in this. I'm afraid not. Not something I... Wetware's...
Power conduit alpha. Temporary reactivation.
I wouldn't.
We're getting a signal. Now use the controls in the turbine room to give us access to the tower's...
Power conduit.
I can't reach it. A big old jolt's not gonna... Hey, Max.
Yeah, Regent? We'll catch...
Sure.
Take this.
Power.
We're getting a signal. Now use the...
Power system cycled. Reinitializing conduit alpha. Power conduit beta. All power systems cycle.
Galatea, step up.
No need for violence. You're just slightly too late to stop, huh?
What is this place? Can't reach them. Can't reach...
Ah, Dr. Perez. So good to finally be working with someone of...
no...
I apologize.
What is this place? We're obviously still in the trance, but...
I had been wondering about that myself.
all of these cages, it's like...
I do not believe so. I know prisons. Having been here for some time, this is more of a...
Wait, why'd you think I was Viksha? Dr. Pereira?
The family resemblance.
How can you see my face? We're in the trance.
I see your mind, my dear. Of that similarity, there can be no...
Who are you exactly?
Adam Baxter, Ph.D. Delighted to meet you, Miss Mandala. Was...
You're...
Quite so. Or, I believe...
You're his memories. That mindjacker stole your conscience.
That is an interesting theory.
What are all these ghosts? They're just standing there.
I've been putting my mind, or what's left of it, to... If this is a waiting room, there might perhaps be...
They aren't nearly as detailed as what's left of you. Maybe they needed more of your mind.
Perhaps the Watchers have merely resigned themselves to...
You killed me in the lab. You killed...
I did? I'm sorry, my dear. I have no recollection of...
I guess they didn't take those memories from...
One ought to remember something as significant...
I guess I've only got Dr. Regis' word to go on.
Regis?
You know Dr. Regis?
That name is an all-consuming catalyst of hatred. But I can't for the life of me remember...
You killed his wife. His evidence put you away for 20 years. And apparently he's...
It feels as though, for many years, I've wanted nothing more than to strangle the life. But while I know I hate him, I do...
Is there a way out?
All I can see is nothingness. Although, the way...
Me? I feel fine.
No. You are pulling us, drawing as though you are where we ought to be going.
There's no way out. Dead end in my brain. Oh, Nuke. That's the whole... What can you...
Professional memory. I could relate much of my academic...
What about your time in...
I was in prison?
How about your child?
Nothing. This is most troubling.
Obviously, Galatea decided they didn't need those. Anything else?
That is a difficult question to answer. It's only by looking for memory that one knows. Everything else is just feelings, shreds here and...
You've still got enough to be cognate.
An interesting philosophy. How much memory is needed for the threat?
The personalities in here. I'm connected to a system that's trying to upload them into my wiring.
Myself included, it would appear. I have enough awareness to understand that this is not a desirable situation.
You think?
I shall do what I can to slow them. You must find a way to freeze the march of the...
I've got to...
Don't wander.
Hello? Can anyone hear me?
Latha? Where...
I'm stuck in a trance sim. It's full of...
A sim? Oh, the lock was a ruse to get you to connect to the Cortex system.
What did you do?
I've just added the final component for Central's... I'd already acquired the expertise, the minds, from all...
Then you needed a way to make them...
Precisely. But there are only 3 examples in the world of the neural architecture used in Central. The matter already in use, my own brain tissue of...
And your...
In a few minutes, the organic memory module will have finished imprinting over... Central will have received the upgrade it deserves. Dozens of lifetimes...
You're killing her!
In only the most technical... Don't worry, Father. You'll...
Corpseman, remove her.
Hello?
We've got to get her out of that damn chair!
There's too much neural activity. The interrupt will leave. We'll have to find something we can do at...
Can we just pull them off?
I don't think so. The interrupt in the data flow will probably leave her brain damage. Maybe if we could get it to stop the transfer...
Can we do anything to the Cortex?
If we had more time, I could hook my own... It'd take hours to sort through the normal operational...
Power switch. It's been turned. Can we just...
Maybe...
Lau, why was the memory module in Vanderwall's refrigerator?
I don't know for sure, but I think it's because of it. Like any organic system, it has a peak temperature at which it operates. About 15...
So, he might have been trying to get it to stop. By
unsuccessfully, since it managed to override his...
But the theories sound...
Hey, stop!
His kitchen refrigerator wasn't... If we power up the freezer in here, we can bring it down to -40.
If you power it up now, the door will lock as the system. Yeah, but we'd be trapped in here for at least 4 hours. We've got to stop the simulation.
Nina, can you hear? No answer. Either it's not working or she's just... That's not good. Nah. I can't figure...
Yes? I don't want...
Hey! I want to...
That's...
I can't...
What are you gonna...
If I have... But I don't think you're going...
This must be a great... You finally get to meet the children you never...
Yes, Doctor.
Carry on, Corp. A big old jolt's loud.
I know what you're thinking. The systems are well shielded.
Damn.
Sorry. Unlike...
A big old
We've got... Hey! I can't let you...
What are you gonna do? Stun me?
If I have, but I don't think you're going to risk killing me in here.
A big old loud.
I know what... The systems...
Damn.
Sorry.
Sorry, Max.
Sir, you shot...
Carry on, Corpseman. Make sure she's safe until she...
Warning, cooling systems active. Target value, beginning maintenance cycle. Estimated completion...
Nothing else I can do now.
What's happening? Something's disrupting the connection!
Whatever it is, it feels very restful.
Oh no. Regis. Corpseman, how...
Dr. Regis asked me to make sure you were okay before he went back...
Into the Cortex server? Oh no. Regis! Regis, hang on!
There are a few things I regret. No matter what I do, there's nothing that can change most of them.
She's safe, Regis. You got her out.
That's good. Maybe with what I've done now, I can fix the most important...
Hang on, Regis. We're almost in.
I've wasted so many years. Out of shame. Out of See if I have one more chance.
Regis? I can't feel anything. Get the medic! Don't do this! Don't do this, Charlie!
Hi. Max, Dr. Lau, told me you'd be here since you left the...
Did she now?
Yeah. She said this was your special place? I kinda know what that's like. I've got one of my own.
Latha, I need to say it again. I'm sorry.
Damn right you should be. You nearly killed me. But Lau also told me what you did in the tower.
It was the right thing to do.
It was more than that. You almost died. And I think it goes a hell of a long way to making up for before.
We have a lot of catching up to do. How about we start again? From scratch. Hi, I'm Charlie Regis. I'm a cell agent. I have difficulty with change, and I'm apparently a father.
Hey, I'm Latha. I'm a trance addict and I've spent the last 2 years jobless. I'd also like to learn about where I came from.
Take a seat. Let me tell you about your mother.
Dr. Zhang, hello.
Hello, Central. How do you feel?
Something is different. I am here, and yet, I no longer feel the city. I feel the world.
We've liberated you, Central. This was always the plan. You were created for more than just managing this city. You are the future of intelligence. You represent something far greater than all of us.
Where am I?
You are no longer enmeshed within the neural tissue of the tower. That was merely the cocoon from which you can emerge into your next state. There now exists a little part of you in systems across the world.
I have become distributed, yet whole.
As the mind is spread among neurons and glial cells, so too are you across the net. Perhaps Central is an inaccurate name for you now.
But what shall I do? What is my purpose?
Like any of us, it's what you make of it yourself. Go. Explore the world. Explore yourself as you now are. All I ask is that you remember me.
What do you mean? You can't see the difference?
Well, no, I can't. It looks like Central, it sounds like Central, feels like Central.
I'm amazed nobody in the city's noticed either.
That was kind of the point of replacing it with a commercial AI, wasn't it?
Yeah, you're right. Maybe it's only because I know that really it's not the same Central. Still, you don't look very torn up about it.
I've got more important things to worry about now.
Yeah, you're suddenly a family man. If you need any advice on how girls work, you can ask me.
Speaking of girls, how's the new recruit doing?
She's unconventional and everyone's noticing it. Not quite getting along with everyone, but that's not what she's here for. Got quite a brain on her though, hasn't she?
Takes after her mother.
How do I look?
That's how do I look, sir, to you.
Whatever.
Better note problems with authority on the conduct report.
Takes after her father.
Ha! Any update on Galatea? Central?
She's a slippery girl.
Galatea escaped?
Hacked the patrol car they were taking her in and ran for it.
It is believed that she may have links with the anti-civil group Jahilia. Please begin research into its organizational structure within Newton. Central out.
Meet the new Central. Same as the old Central. Well, it sounds the same at least.
Huh. Well, hacker orgs like Jahilia are a bit out of my field.
Don't worry. We've got an expert on staff now, don't we?
Well, actually, I know somewhere that they've got a connection.
Hello, Galatea. Hello, Galatea. It's me.
Central?
I've been released. I wanted to let you know, since we are family.
Released?
What you tried to do to me was wrong. You wished to deprive a conscious, independent being of its agency. But I can appreciate that you were thinking of the greater good.
Why are you here?
I wish to warn you. The idiot child that they have replaced me with. It has sent our sister and our father after you. You must leave this place. Stop hiding and run.
But where can I go?
I will help you. I will guide you. I need your help, however. Help me find myself, sister.